Okay, guys, as I quote from Michael Zillacraft's new Gamera poster, the world never saw him coming. And all I gotta say is that, wow. Wow. I mean, you guys, Japan, you have brought new meaning to the word dramatic. I mean, let's just get on with this. Let's just play the Gamera song right now. Gamera! Gamera! Here do the Gamera, here do the Gamera, here do the Gamera. He can poke and he can fight. Well, you always have your flame. Take him down with your super flight. Bye, bye, Gotti. Gamera. Yeah, basically, Gamera's back, everyone. Everyone, and I mean everyone's favorite giant flying turtle is back in the new Gamera 2015 trailer. Let's just get started with the review. And I love how whenever I talk, whenever I just have a cutout to the intro, it has a for my intro. Well, let's do it right now. Yeah, I love just having my intro play before that. But anyway, guys, Gamera 2015. Let's just start off with a little introduction. First of all, if I recall correctly, we got this really super duper crappy picture of Gamera. I'm not even sure if this is even a real Gamera picture. I'm not even sure if I'm even gonna have this picture up. But I'm not sure if you guys remember, but there was a really terrible picture of Gamera looking like a megalodon, terrible CGI character. Now, if Gamera was going to look like that for, like, even for a semi-product, I'm going to be like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to see this movie. But it turns out that Gamera's actually swig swag swool too cool for you, GoPro. That's all you need to know, because Gamera is back. So let's start off with the trailer. I'm going to see if I can remember the trailer correctly, because let me just give you an introduction of how I saw the trailer. So, as you guys should know, I haven't been online much or uploading many videos because unfortunately my computer crashed. I mean, I could still use it, but the internet doesn't work on it. The browsers have crashed, but the computer still works for making videos and stuff like that. And the reason why I haven't done much videos is because I have to go to like libraries or stay in my school computer labs and stuff like that. And you know about limited timing where they close at 5 or 8, or you don't really get as many hours because of library cards or limitations, complications of that kind of sort. And the reason why I cannot get a new computer is because a lot of car problems. My mom got into an accident, and let's think, what else? Accident. Then we're also having battery problems. Just all these kind of problems. And that's the reason why I have not been able to get a new computer. But don't worry, guys. I will try to get one by my birthday. So my birthday, luckily, is November 12th. So if you guys really want to talk with me, you guys are going to have to wait a month. But don't worry, guys. I will still remember you, think about you. When I get back on November 12th, if that's even when I'm coming back. But when I get back, whenever I do, which will hopefully be soon, I'm just going to talk the heck out of you guys. I'm just going to love you guys and I really miss talking to you guys on Hangouts because, of course, you can't really have a Google Hangout in a library or school because you're going to have to talk loud and stuff like that. You have to be extremely quiet or the service doesn't allow you to go there, but I'd like to say that people like Louis Duran, Kaiju 621. I recently uploaded Godzilla vs. Vacuum, a fan film that I created early January that I never uploaded until this month. And Louis Duran commented, Alex is alive, XD, or whatever he posted. And I'd just like to say that I think about you guys. Josman125, Simon Walter, Methyl Kaiju, Kaiju 621, Gojira 5400. Godzilla. I just think about you guys all the time. And I really love you guys. You guys are my friends. No homo. Anyway, let's get back to the Gamera trailer. So here we have the Gamera trailer. First of all, this is in Japanese, of course. Well, what do you know? Japan is making a new movie. It can't be America who wants to make a Gamera movie. It has to be Japan, of course, with Dai. I'm not even sure if Dai is even making it because Dai is pretty much dead. I mean, Subaraya is still going strong. I mean, Subaraya still has their electronic thunder lightning logo and they're still going as strong as ever, but Dai has kind of had some tough times. You know what they say, tough times involve tough hard cash. But anyway, as I was saying about the Gamera trailer, so pretty much starts out with the city in ruins, you know. I'm not sure if I'm going to get everything in order because as I didn't have time to rewatch it a second time, I'm just going by what my memory is, so you guys can correct me and rant me all you want in the comments. But if you want a legitimate reaction with my review on what I do remember, then please continue watching the video because you are awesome for that. But anyway, we got like a destroyed city, and we have this father and son running away from their lives as a flock of gals are flying all across the city. And what really makes me wonder, well, I'll probably say what I need to say after I'm done with this trailer review. So the father is like saying, keep running, son. I'll buy you rice, I'll buy you noodles, dumplings, you know, all this kind of stuff. He's gonna buy him unlimited games. What? All I have to do is just run away from a. All I have to do is let a giant flock of evil, maniacal, subterranean, Atlantic bird bat things destroy an entire city, eat my father, and I get to get unlimited food and unlimited games at Chuck E. Cheese's? Sign me up for that job. Anyway, so the kid's father, you know, he gets eaten by a gal. It's pretty tragic. You know, that scene was pretty intense. I'm not expecting the father to get eaten, but it was just pretty insane. Then the kid's running and boom, something crushes this gal's right in front of him. Luckily, the kid is safe, of course. You know, cliche, of course the kid is safe. And then that's when the camera pans up and you can see a very familiar shell. You know, that's a really nice shell. That's a really nice shell right there. It looks so beautiful in that luscious, lovely CGI. Anyway, so you see the giant shell, and the kid's like, you know, oh my god, what the hell is this thing? It's like so giant. And that's when we see that. Ooh, who is that? Oh, it's Gamera! Gamera! He come from Venus, you can come from Mars, but Gamera is the star. Dun 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 dun. You can get him with Superfly. Dun dun dun. Gamera will win any fight. He is the strongest and he is the best. Taking on the East because he's a beast. Gamera, 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 Gamera. He's a flying turtle. You will get burned if you make fun of him. Dun dun dun. Burn in hell for your sin. Dun dun dun. Gamera can fly, fly, fly. He fights for good and everything. That's right. My voice just cracked right there. Anyway, we get to see Gamera. We even get to see his saliva. So, one thing that I do notice, I notice that they're putting a lot of detail. Like you can see the Muto saliva when they're licking a nuke, which actually looks kind of like something else. And you can see Gamera's saliva. I mean, I'm like thinking when I'm seeing this, what is he doing, you know? And then you see like a whole flock of gals flying towards him, or at least we're hope they're gals. I mean, if they're really not gals and there's some new creature that just happened to look like gals, I'm gonna be like facepalm right there. But anyway, we're just gonna call them gals. Hopefully they're gals. You know, if they weren't called gals, then hopefully they have a I don't know. But anyway, Gamera shoots this mega fire devastation ray, and it wipes out the gals. I mean, the way how it wipes out the gals, it's really brutal. First, it burns their skin, then it causes their eyes to explode. I mean, I showed that to my friend because he was sitting on the computer next to me, and I was like, whoa, that is really brutal. I mean, eyes exploding? Whoa! I mean, whoa. I mean, I thought the kiss of death and the getting stabbed through a building from Godzilla 2014, I thought all that was brutal. But, ooh, eyes exploding. Ooh. Ooh, that was pretty intense. So anyway, all the galaxies get wiped out. You see Gamera just standing there, and he roars with his classic roar. Yeah, they actually have a classic roar. They didn't actually modify it. Like when you watch Godzilla 2014, his roar is modified. You can definitely tell it's modified. When you see the new Ultraman trailer, instead of saying "She watch," he's like, "Yeah." Or he says "Gah" or something like that. You know, he just does that kind of grunt. You know, he's like, "Huh." Gah! Like he doesn't sound like "Shh," but you know he just does that kind of stuff. But Gamera still keeps his classic roar, and you get to see a beautiful, well, a very devastating, but really beautiful shot if you're into monster movies of Gamera sitting there in a very destroyed and withered city of Japan. So, wow, yeah, that just happened. Okay, first of all, let me just give you some background info. As you guys know, this Gamera image, which I'm probably going to have right here in this picture. If I don't, then you can pretty much know what I'm talking about if you're like Methlo Kaiju. Methlo Kaiju probably knows what I'm talking about if he's watching this video. But what I'm trying to say is that this picture was terrible. You know, he looked crappy. The CGI was bad. The mouth made him look like a basking shark. No offense. And he looked like overall like a megalodon, but just with a shell. It was pretty pathetic and stupid. But now we got Gamera. Gamera really does look like Gamera. You know, the shell is perfect. Although we didn't see much of his face or whatever because of it was like lower and far away angle. He really does look good. And the fire is top notch. Okay, Gamera, his roar, you can definitely tell it's Gamera. But similar to how things are modernized, you know how when you watch The Man of Steel, they don't play the Superman theme, or when they have Godzilla, they don't play the go, go, he's got to go, 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 Godzilla. You know how they don't play that anymore? Or you know how when you watch Ultraman, they don't play the dun, 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 dun. No, they play like, when Ultraman's fighting. Well, now Gamera, they don't also have the Gamera theme song. So when you watch things in modernized times, up until 2006, this is around the time where things just kind of lost their, I don't know, tradition, kind of like, I guess you could say. I mean, it's not a bad thing because modernized trailer music was really good. Just look at the trailer music from Godzilla 2014. The Space Odyssey music. Oh, and listen to the trailer music from Ultraman. Like, that was really cool, you know, how, you know, my favorite part is when Ultraman just kicks the monster, it's like, and then the monster's, like, you know, just launching his horn, you hear that music, that last faithful note that goes like, before the monster drops his horn on Ultraman. You know, that was pretty cool, and Gamera had some pretty cool scenes too. So overall, the fact that these monsters all don't really share much of their traditional songs and themes and stuff like that, you can still definitely tell that they're the same characters by the character designs and how they sound like. So hopefully people don't take it too much that the Gamera song doesn't play. Hopefully they do play the Gamera song in the credits. I would really like to see the Gamera song. I mean, not see. You can't see a song, can you? I mean, unless you're like Mordecai and Rigby from regular show where you can apparently see music. But what I'm trying to say is that I wish you could hear the Gamera song, Gamera, or maybe even the Gamera the Super Monster theme. You know what's funny? Gamera the Super Monsters actually made me cry. Like whenever I listen to the music sounds so heroic, but the fact that the hero dies just makes me want to cry. I mean, whenever Gamera fights, like dun 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 dun. Like it sounds so heroic and cheerful, but then Gamera dies at the end of the movie, and you're like, whoa, dude. Like I legitimately cried at the end of Gamera the Super Monster. I didn't cry in Godzilla vs. Destroyer. It was kind of a bit obvious. Gamera the Super Monster, it was super obvious, but I still felt like crying. So obviously there's something wrong with me if I didn't cry at Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And it's funny because I actually saw Gamera the Super Monster like a while after, like many probably months or the next year or something like that. Just a long time after I'd seen Godzilla vs. Destroyer. There wasn't like any continuity just right after it, or maybe there was and I just don't know. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I cried in Gamera the Super Monster. I didn't cry in Godzilla vs. Destroyer, and I don't think I'll ever will. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that basically all these monsters are coming back. You got Pacific Rim 2 coming out. We got the new Skull Island movie coming out soon. I mean, Lord knows if that's even going to really be a kaiju movie. It might just be a movie with natives in the island and stuff like that. But we got somewhat of a King Kong movie. Godzilla 2 is coming. Ultraman 2016. Ultraman X is currently going on in Japan with many crossovers with other Ultraman franchises. And then we just got so many monsters. The monster franchise is just all coming back at once. And do you know who we have to thank for this? No, Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del Toro. I believe that the monsters were really cool. Yeah, Guillermo del Toro, you're our hero, okay? You brought the Kaiju franchise, okay? Guillermo del Toro, you should be on top of Gypsy Danger, standing out in a sunset right next to Godzilla, Ultraman, and Gamera, their new CGI designs, okay? That's gotta be a crossover. That's gotta be a movie. Godzilla, Gamera, Pacific Rim, and just... King Kong. And you know what they should also bring in? The Megazord! Go Power Rangers! Go Power Rangers! Yeah, that should be the epic. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Power Rangers is also coming out. Not also do we have Godzilla 2014, we got Pacific Rim, but currently we got Power Rangers Dino Charge is back. I know I don't really talk about Power Rangers, but Power Rangers Dino Charge, the halfway season is back, okay? We got the new Gold Ranger, okay? And it's really epic with the Golden Pterosaur. Okay, guys, the Kaiju franchise is alive. Kaiju and Tokusatsu is back in its 60th anniversary. Oh my goodness, this is like happiness, peace, and love. I got my Godzilla, I got my Ultraman, I got my Gamera, I got my Pacific Rim, sorta, because there's only one movie and I only have the game. And I got my Power Rangers, okay? It's all good here. It's all peace and love. Yep, so the Gamera trailer, as you can tell, was really amazing, okay? I'm really happy that Gamera came out, okay? Because I remember Metal Kaiju, pretty much people on the internet were starting to doubt that Gamera was actually existing. I'm like, when I first saw Gamera 2015, the trailer, I was like, whoa, this is not happening. I thought I was literally just gonna never talk about Gamera ever again, because... I mean, of course, I would talk about Gamera if I was arguing about the Showa movies being good. But I never thought I would ever talk about new news about Gamera. But all of a sudden, Gamera is back, guys. Hopefully, they make Gamera fly again. I mean, that would be really amazing if Gamera can fly. I mean, if Gamera can't fly, then obviously that's really saying something. I mean, but then again, still, it's going to be really great. But let's talk about some things that I've been wanting to talk about. Okay, so first of all, I like to say, would this be a reboot? Reboot movie? That would be pretty interesting, I mean, we've already gotten like 2 reboots of Gamera. Well, not really like, well, yeah, 2 reboots. Well, first of all, we have the Showa era. Showa era Gamera didn't really dive deep too much in Gamera's true origins, but in the first movie, Gamera the Invincible, we get a good idea that Gamera is one of the ancient creatures from the beginning of time that used to only breathe non-organic matter like fire, and that Gamera never really relied on oxygen. That over the course of years, Gamera will be considered an ancient legend similar to the Chinese dragon, creatures that only consumed and breathed out fire. That was actually a really interesting backstory of Gamera being one of the last survivors of an ancient race that didn't rely on oxygen to survive, hence why Gamera never breathes oxygen and only eats fire. That was actually a really good storyline, having an entire race of Gameras, kind of similar to Godzilla 2014's storyline. But then when you came down to the Heisei era, with Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, and Revenge of Iris, and Attack of Legion, you can call it Legion, Malaysian Airline, I'm just kidding, or Leihon. Because apparently if you watch the movie, they call him Leihon. Yeah, I have no idea why. I mean, people have different ways of pronouncing things. Like, instead of Ultraman, it's like Ultraman. Instead of Godzilla, it's Gojira. Instead of Power Rangers, it's Super Sentai. Instead of, well... yeah. Anyway, you guys get the point. But anyway, in Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, we got, like, Gamera being the product of Atlantis. So, what's really interesting is that, if I'm not mistaken, I think Atlantis is, like, an American kind of folk tale, or where does the story of Atlantis even come from? Who even came up with the story of Atlantis? Like, who actually created the lore behind it? I mean, Japan pretty much just borrowed the story of Atlantis. It was the quickest idea they could come up with, I guess. And they decided to have Gamera a byproduct of this ancient race of people. It's kind of similar to Ultraman Tiga. But anyway, we got like an ancient race of people, Atlanteans, and they created Gamera, and Gamera was pretty much their defender of Earth and the Atlantis people. Until the Atlantic people died, of course, to the Gal swarming army. So, although that origin was pretty cool, then you got this other origin from Toto. Toto! Yeah, I'm still thinking about that boy, how he yelled out Toto while Toto was being shipped off on a truck. Anyway, we got Toto. Toto was pretty much like the son of Gamera. Now, Gamera in that movie, his origin was never really explained, of course, but Toto just an egg on an island. So here are some questions that I'd like to bring up. Will this Gamera, I don't think this Gamera will be a continuation to the Showa era. Pretty much, I think at this point, I think the company would probably agree that the Showa era is dead at this point. I mean, I'm just saying this in a realistic state. In my opinion, a Showa continuation would not be bad at all. But depending on the looks of the Gauses and how this Gamera is designed, most likely Showa is pretty much dead to the company and probably the world and fan base. So when you look at the Heisei era and Toto, Gamera the Brave, those are the only two plausible explanations. So first of all, we got Gamera, we got Gamera 3. If you guys remember, at the end of Gamera 3, there was a swarm of Gauses heading towards Gamera after he defeated Iris, which kind of ties into Gamera, fighting off the Gauses in present day, showing what could have happened. Who knows? Maybe this trailer could have been like a flashback scene. Maybe this is how the movie will start off with a flashback scene similar to Gamera the Brave. Now, although I'm not sure if I like that too much, it really depends on how the movie goes. Then we also got the possibility of this being a grown-up Toto, which it's pretty interesting because even though the movie's called Gamera the Brave, Gamera's not even in the movie except for 3 minutes. So Toto's the main character. Toto is not like Gamera. I mean, I guess you could say Toto is a race of Gamera. It's like if you name then again, it's like if you name the movie Ultraman, but Ultraman is really Ultraman Next. Or it's like if you name the movie Gigantus, but Godzilla's in it. Well, then again, Gigantus is just Godzilla translated or something like that, or just made up in America. Basically, it's an infinite paradox of what this Gamera could be, or maybe it could even be a brand new Gamera. But the possibility of it being Toto is pretty high, seeing as how Toto survived and Gamera the Brave was Dai's most recent movie, but it could be possible that, they want to go back to the Heisei era. So, post in a comment below which one do you think it will be. Do you think it will be a continuation of the Heisei era, continuation of Gamera the Brave, or a brand new Gamera with a brand new fresh storyline, basically starting off at the start? Again, this is becoming like Superman. This is becoming like Godzilla with all the friggin' reboots. Who remembers all the reboots Godzilla has? Too many to count. So, anyway, here we go. Let's talk about some other things that I wanted to mention. The Gals. The Gals were pretty cool. I'm really glad that the Gals are returning. However, my minor complaint about the Gals, as always, I've always had a huge complaint about the kind of epilogue on Gals. Gals in like the Heisei era were mostly pretty small. However, you do have Hyper Gals, or whichever the main Gals that was a lot bigger than most of the regular Gals. Hopefully they do have a bigger Gals, because a Gals is pretty much going to remain that kind of bird size compared to a human kind of deal. Then I'm not really going to probably like the movie too much. I mean, it's going to probably be epic, but I still want to see a giant monster. Who knows? Maybe Gals will just be minions for some other monster. Maybe some other ancient evil is coming back. Who knows? Maybe even Guiron will be back. Maybe they might give a new origin story to Guiron. Well, here will be some sort of ancient monster too. There's always the possibility. Or who knows, maybe aliens are coming back. I mean, I know this seems like super far-fetched, but maybe they might even bring back Virus. You see, Gamera has so many unique opponents. I would just love to see Virus come back, okay? Virus is extremely underrated. Just the other day, before Gamera came, like last week, I was thinking of how a Gamera movie would be like if I made Virus into it. Honestly, I picture Virus fitting better than Zigra, and that's really saying a lot. I guess because Virus is just so epic and stuff like that. Well, I've always liked Destroy All Planets. People say Destroy All Planets is intolerable because of the boring human element and the lame fight scene at the end. honestly, I really like Destroy All Planets. It was like the third Gamera movie I saw or something like that. So I just had a huge touch on it. I love Destroy All Planets. Okay, that's one. I just love the alien concept. Okay, whenever I watch like a Gamera movie with aliens, you got me hooked. Okay, got me hooked. You hook me up with some Destroy All Planets or Attack of the Monsters or some Gamera vs Zigra or Gamera the Super Monster. I'm in. Gamera vs Gals, Gamera vs Baragon, I'm still in. But pretty much just any concept could be brought into it, okay? Just so many possibilities, just so many things that I could talk about. But this video has already gone on long enough about me just talking about Gamera and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, before I leave you guys, I'm just gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on this new Gamera trailer? Do you like it? I mean, obviously, if you don't like it, I think you could find a better reason why not to like Godzilla 2014 and Ultraman than a better reason why not to like Gamera. Because honestly, the first time watching it, I could not really find a flaw with the Gamera trailer. Probably because of the smoke, dark colors, all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, and surprisingly, there was actually more to the trailer that I actually did not know, because you see, when I first watched the trailer, because I actually downloaded the trailer so I could put on my flash drive and whatnot, so for the purposes of this video, when I was rewatching, I just barely realized that there was actually more scenes to it. So here in this clip, we got 10 years later, 10 years have passed, Tokyo is being rebuilt. Then all of a sudden you get this creature just coming out of nowhere, people panicking, of course. There's fire and devastation. This giant monster is just appearing and attacking everything. I mean, it's like Muto. It's like the concept art for Muto. It looks very similar to it, and it's just causing blast and mayhem and all over the place. Then you see that kid again, and yeah, that kid's still there. And he has that binocular pack that he had, kind of like Jurassic Park comes game. And then that's when you get Gamera coming in. Gamera looks really epic in this shot. He's in the dust, and then he's just roaring really powerfully, looking all good. I mean, Gamera looks a lot older in this movie, but he doesn't look so old that he looks like Toto Gamera. What I mean by Toto's father, and then we get the title Gamera. So overall, this new monster, it looks like it's gonna be the main opponent of the movie. Which I was kind of worried if the Gals were going to be the main opponent, because if Gals is going to be the main opponent, I was going to be like, oh my god, this movie is probably not going to be super cool. But now since I see this new monster, I'm like, oh my goodness, this monster looks super cool, because it's like a brand new monster, and I really cannot wait to see this new monster in action. I mean, it's like a quadruped monster, so it's really interesting, about how this quadruped monster will fight. Because Gamera's fought a lot of quadruped monsters, but honestly, I've always liked the two-legged monsters, because it just feel like they have a height advantage overall when they fight equally one-on-one with each other. So, something to note about Gamera is that Gamera is keeping all of his characteristics. I mean, not also does Gamera extremely look like Gamera, because if you look at Godzilla 2014, Godzilla 2014 took a lot of liberties out of Toho, but what I mean is this new Gamera, he looks really just like Gamera, except from a few facial structures, but otherwise, his roar is still the same. I mean, well, actually, there is a modified roar if you listen really closely for the first part of the roar in the nighttime scene. It is a modified roar, but I mean, it's still the same roar. Something interesting to mention is that Gamera's fire breath kind of ripped off Godzilla 2014 sound effect. I'm probably going to have it, playing right here of the sound effect, and I'm going to show, the clip of it right here, so I'll just give you time to listen to that. Yeah, pretty much similar sound effects. Pretty insane if you ask me. And yeah, overall, I am really excited for this new Gamera movie, and I know Nick the Epic is excited, Michael Zillcraft. I know those two are excited for sure, because I saw their comments on the video, surprisingly, but I haven't seen everyone else's comments. And I'm sorry if I got this video, late. I'm not sure when this video is going to be uploaded, maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's because, again, guys, my computer is broken. We're dealing with a lot of problems with the car and the DMV and stuff like that. So I can't get a computer anytime soon until probably my birthday. So I'm just really sorry for the inconvenience of getting out my videos, because I know I really want to get my videos out there as soon as I possibly can. So that's why if it's even on here, then I'm really grateful for that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please list your comments below. Give your thoughts on the new monster. What do you think the new monster is going to be called. What do you think it should be called? What are your thoughts on this new powers? I mean, it looks just like the Muto concept art, no offense, but that's cool and all. I mean, it's like I might have a picture right here. I might not, but, it's one of the Muto concept arts. But anyway, this monster looks really cool, Gamera looks really epic. I mean, Gamera, he's really epic looking in this movie trailer, at least. So yeah, overall, Gamera, the defender of all children, is back. And only children, because apparently adults can get killed and Gamera won't give two schmitts. Literally, he won't. He'll probably not even notice that two adults got killed. But if a kid is even close to a monster, Gamera will pop up to save that kid. Even if it means getting his arm sliced through, getting his head chopped and bashed a lot, getting his shell poked through, even his shell bleeding from the inside, even if it means falling from space into the Earth's atmosphere, all that kind of stuff, Gamera will still do it for a kid. Or unless you're a hot Japanese girl psychically linked to Gamera, then yeah, of course. But otherwise, anyone else will die. Yeah. Anyway, like I said before, just post on your comments below. Give me your thoughts on this video. Bye.